Hey guys, let's talk about the lowest rated books on my TBR. Alright guys, if you saw my last video, you will know I'm actually really excited about these books that are on my lowest rated of my TBR because there are some of these that I've really been wanting to read. And if you guys have been following this channel for any amount of time, you might already know that I'm not the biggest fan of the most popular books. Now, am I a fan of the unpopular books? Oftentimes, yes. Oftentimes, yes. So this whole video might sound negative, or the idea of this video might sound negative, but guys, let me tell you, I'm really excited about these books. So I'm not putting this out to be negative or in a negative way. This is just the books that are on my TBR that happen to be the lowest rated books. Okay, so we're going to do this just like we did the last one. I'm going to save the lowest rated book on my TBR for last and then go from the highest to the lowest because these are the lowest rated books on my TBR. The first book I want to talk about is From Salt to Sky by Adrienne Lee. It comes in at a 3.47, which if you ask me is not a bad average rating. It's just a little bit below 3.5. That's the rating that we give books that we like, but there was just not a whole lot that was to our taste. And so maybe that's kind of where this book will fall for me. I don't know, but I paid 99 cents for it on Chirp. And so I liked the premise enough to give it $1 and see where it went from there. But it says, From Salt to Sky is a captivating and atmospheric standalone, slow burn romance woven with darkness, revenge, and an everlasting spirit of love, perfect for those who like Outlander or want Wuthering Heights with a Scottish folklore twist. Yes, that sounds great to me. Now, where I think that this might have a little bit of issues is that romance doesn't always go well with the fantasy fans. So some fantasy fans might have picked this up not really wanting a romance. I don't know. I haven't looked into the reviews to figure out for myself because I don't like reading reviews before I read the book. I want to have my own opinions. That's part of being a reviewer. A lot of us do this. But I still am really interested in this. Wuthering Heights, Outlander, you're speaking my language. It's something I really want to invest in. I mean, I only invested 99 cents into this, but I think it's well worth the 99 cents to figure out if I like it or not. Next on the list, coming in at 3.46, again, still not horrible, is The Unwilling by Kelly Braffett. Now, it says she has no name, no history, but a power the Empire has never known. I've heard this is very, very dark, and this is the niece of Stephen King. An epic tale of greed and ambition, cruelty and love, this deeply immersive novel is about bowing to traditions and burning them down. So that's all I needed to know about The Unwilling to pick it up because I picked this up again at the buy sell trade. I didn't invest a whole lot of money into it. It was just about $3. So I saw that it said fantasy at its most sublime and that we were in for a dark tale, and that was it. That was all I needed. But I have heard that if you're going to pick this book up, please look up the trigger warnings because there is quite a lot of abuse that goes on in here, be it abuse of power or physical abuse, emotional abuse, kind of across the board with our main character, simply because of the situation that she has found herself in, and there's a reason it's called The Unwilling. So definitely know that you're going to get yourself into a darker book with this if it's something that you want to pick up, but I'm still very excited about it. I am very interested. I've loved the, I want to say Stephen King Spawn spinoffs, but that sounds really gross and kind of just not exactly what I'm trying to say, but you guys know that Joe Hill I really adore, and so I'm kind of interested in what else like his family has put out. So I almost feel like he has to have touched it in some way. I'm not the biggest Stephen King fan. I'll be the first to admit that. I'm not. But I appreciate his craft, and I really love how he has been able to be such a staple over the years, and I love his writing advice. So definitely, just like I said, something I'm still really willing to pick up and ready to read. Next would be a Demon in Silver by R.S. Ford. Again, this is a book I want to read because I already love the author. Engines of Empire, the series I've been trying to get everybody to read, right down there. R.S. Ford. I have this one via audio. I've had it for a really long time. It's something that it catches my attention every now and then, but when I finished Engines of Empire, I started looking through the backlog that he had, and I was like, oh, A Demon in Silver is him. And then he has also an SPFBO entry this year, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm missing stuff. Like, this guy has written so many books, and I'm just now figuring this out after reading these two. Where have I been? Where has he been? Like, all of these things. My camera keeps tilting, and I'm not sure why. Anyway, I'm very excited to, like, read this, because I think this is R.S. Ford's debut, possibly. I'm not sure, but again, like I said, I want to read it because of who wrote it. Like, I already love this series, so I'm hoping that I will just love everything he writes. And that one came in at a 3.45, coming in at a 3.43. We Could Be Heroes by Mike Chen. Why do I still own this when we are very aware of the fact that I don't like superheroes? This I still own because I really wanted to give superheroes a try. I really did. And I keep holding on to this saying, I'll read it. I'll eventually read it. I really think that I could like superheroes. I'm probably not going to like it. I'm probably not going to like it, but I do still want to give it a try. I have heard good things about Mike Chen overall, and that his characters are really great. It says an extraordinary and emotional adventure about unlikely friends and the power of choosing who you want to be. We'll see, won't we? Because there's another that I have on ebook that has superheroes in it that I keep putting off because I just don't like superheroes, but I like the person. I like the author, so we'll see. I just don't know. I don't know. Also, the book is very yellow, like the hardback. And I like that. I don't know why, but I like it. All right, that's all I have to say about that one. The Orphan of Florence by Jean Colagridis. This is another one that I own the audio of, and it's a Jean Colagridis book. But it's really low rated, especially for Jean Colagridis, because most of hers end up on like the higher rated side. This comes in at a 3.43. She's a Renaissance author. She writes books set in the Renaissance that are the deprivation of humanity. Like, she writes about the darkest figures that you can think about. Yes, she's even taken on Vlad Dracul. So, Vlad the Impaler. She's done it. But I really love her writing, and I love that she is not afraid to touch the darker parts of humanity and expose them. I think it's really, really fantastic. But I can't find my copy. I have a physical book somewhere, but I also have the audio. So we're going with audio for this one. Okay, so I was at the buy, sale, trade, and I found this series, which being the lowest rated on my TBR, I'm sure this is probably why, but it comes in at a 3.42. However, I had actually talked to Michael R. Fletcher on Discord, and he recommended me In the Shadow of the Gods by Rachel Dune. Now, this is before like the Discord disbanded and all this stuff, so it's been a while. But he actually blurbs book 2 and 3. I just don't have them here beside me. And I bought the whole dang trilogy. I did, because the way he talked about it, I thought I would really love it. I really love Viking-esque type books, so this is just speaking to me. But it says, eons ago, a pair of gods known as the twins grew powerful in the world of Phytera until the Divine Mother and Almighty Father exiled them, binding them deep within the earth. But the price of keeping the Fire lands safe is steep. To prevent these young gods from rising again, all twins in the land must be killed at birth, a safeguard that has worked until now. Trapped for centuries, the twins are gathering their latent powers to break free and destroy the parents for their tyranny. They set off a fight between 2 generations of gods for control of the world and the mortals who dwell in it. When the gods make war, only one side can be victorious. Zoro, a mysterious and cunning priest, has devised a dangerous plan to win. Over 8 years, he gathers a team of desperate fighters. Skull, a lost and damaged swordsman from the north. Vatri, a sacred priestess who claims to see the future in her fires. Andir, a drug-addled mage who wandering between sanity and madness, and Rora and Aro, twins who have secretly survived beyond the reach of the law. These warriors must learn to stand together against the unfathomable power of the vengeful gods and to stop them from tearing down the sun, plunging their world into darkness. So yeah, it sounds like it's going to be great. And I just need to get to it. So This is Harper Voyager, so I'm like, I just think it's gonna be good, at least a little bit. Like, look at the cover. But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, coming in at the lowest on my lowest rated on my TBR, and I'm excited. I'm psyched. I'm psyched. Weird. Weird to have this feeling. Next is the one people couldn't shut up about. So why is this one of the lowest rated books on my TBR? Coming in at a 3.41. Again, we're still not on a bad rating scale so far. Now, the ones following this come in much lower, but we're still pushing that 3.5 rating. And I mean, that's really close to a 4. Really just the sun and the void. What are people not liking about this? Because, you know, I won't read the reviews, but nah. Why? I have a feeling this has Gothic writing. That's what my feeling is, because folklore and Gothic kind of go hand in hand, and this is touted as a high fantasy novel, so possibly that is where the rating is coming in for this one. I don't know, but I'm so excited for this book. This is one that me and my friend Izzy said that we were going to read together and then just didn't because we're both very forgetful. But yeah, it says Rania is two women embark on an unforgettable quest in the sweeping fantasy debut inspired by the history and folklore of South America. Like, okay, sure. I'm still excited for it. I hope you guys are. Like, I don't think a low rating should ever put you off to a book, because you never know when your tastes are going to differ from the masses. And that's kind of why I'm here. That's what my booktube channel is all about. 3.27? Are you guys serious? Are you serious? Female Zoro is getting a 3.27? Oh, that makes me so sad, especially since this is a fairy loot book. Like, we pay a pretty penny for these things. I would hope that they would be top quality. 3.27? 3.27. I mean, I'm still excited about Female Zoro. I hope that it's good, because I want to keep it. It's beautiful. Very sad about this rating, and I'm still very excited to read it, if you can't tell. Like, Female Zoro is speaking my language. I grew up watching Zoro. I love Zoro. I love Antonio Banderas as Zoro. Like, come on. Really? Is it really that bad? Like, don't crush my spirits. Just let me believe that I can go into this still loving it. Again. 3.23? Is it bad? Is it really bad? Because I've been really excited for this book. Like, I love dystopian, or used to. I used to really love dystopian, and I was so very excited to have like a utopian that falls into dystopia. Really? Is it because these are book box books? That's what I want to know. Are people that shouldn't be reading these books reading these books? Are these marketed to the wrong people? Very curious. But yeah, I'm still very excited to pick up Camp Zero. This has been one of the most anticipated. In fact, when I was making my list of books I want to, like 24 books I want to read in 2024, this is on it. I'm flummoxed. I mean, I hope that I disagree because I'm sad. Okay, and then coming in at a 3.19, I can almost guarantee you I know why this is coming in at a 3.19. Frog Music by Emma Donoghue. Emma Donoghue is known for writing very emotional, heartfelt, gripping novels, and this is about a prostitute. So this is dark. This is a break from what Emma Donoghue usually writes, and this is a literary thriller. I mean, she does have a tendency to write thrillers, but literary thrillers. And then this one takes it a step further and examines the darkness of the era that she's writing about. And it's 1876, San Francisco, Paris of the West, record-breaking heat wave, smallpox epidemic, all that stuff. We are going to get something dark. We are going to get something probably kind of like erotic because she's a prostitute. But I mean, I think that's why this one is rated at 3.19. Is it going to put me off to the book? No. Everything about it sounds intriguing to me. So I want to see. I want to know. I want to figure it out. And I'll probably end up loving it. That's a good chance. A good chance. So I made this video once before, and Dracula the Undead was on it. Lowest rated book on my TBR. Loved it. It was so camp. It was so camp, and I loved it so much. But that just means I'm not put off by a low rating. Not at all. Now, I might be put off by, you know, keywords just not like doing their thing for me, but, or someone telling me a book is slow. Low ratings is just not, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I'm actually really just excited for these 10 books. And I hope you guys will stay excited with me, because low ratings don't have to mean a book is bad. They just don't. They don't. All right, that's it for me today. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.